Hello, everybody, and welcome. As I like to do every week, we like to take a look at the past week's market activity and then bounce on the market and look for something to trade. Well, good news for me, my arms are working again, so I can start using my ruler or pointer again. So I like this thing because it just makes it easier to show you what we're doing. So here we are. Basically, you can see we've pretty much gone nowhere from about there's November 6th. So in the last 3 weeks, it's been a wild ride. It went up, it went down, it went up, but essentially we're right back where we started about 3 weeks ago. So who knows where we're at, but obviously as the market goes up, volatility tends to go down. This is the S&P 500. This is always kind of where we start looking. Then we look at the NASDAQ, usually a fairly similar story. You can see volatility is dropping as it starts to tend to go upwards. This one obviously isn't back towards, well, actually it is. It's back to where it started. The same thing a month ago. The one that always looks a little bit different is the IWM. But even this one you can see is essentially at the same point as well. So what are we going to trade this week? Well, I think it's no surprise we've all been kind of looking at Bitcoin in the market. People are talking about it. And why are they talking about it? It's because if we go from here, which is essentially its low of the recent low, and we go up to here, you can see in this box, it says plus 89%. Bitcoin has gone up essentially 90% in the last 78 days. So in the last roughly 3 months, it's gone up 90%. Pretty extreme, and we're nearing the $100,000 point. So as a contrarian, I'm going to say, hey, things may start to slow down. Even if it gets to 100,000 or shoots up some more, maybe over the next 45-ish days, it'll start to kind of come back to earth a bit. So how can we make that trade? Well, the way we can do that is something called IBIT, which is, as you can see here, iShares Bitcoin. It's the biggest Bitcoin ETF. ETF, things like SPY that I show you, are ETFs, exchange traded funds, which means it's kind of a lump sum together. They just kind of compile it into one lump sum. So if I want to trade Bitcoin, I can trade it with an ETF. IBIT is the one. It's going to be the exact same graph as just Bitcoin because it is Bitcoin, just in a tradable form. So if myself being a contrarian and I want to bet over the next 45-ish days, it may go up, but I'm going to assume that it's going to kind of slowly start to trickle down over the next 45-ish days. I go to this trade page. In order to stay in the most liquid expiration cycle, I'm going to go here to the monthlies. This will be 53 days tomorrow. If I open this up, what do I want to do if I'm betting it's going to go down? And if we go back up here, well, it's too new, but volatility is high because this is a new ETF, and obviously Bitcoin is a very volatile property. We're going to sell a call vertical. We're going to sell a call vertical on the assumption it'll go down over the next 53 days. So I'm going to go up here. I always go above the stock price when I'm looking to sell a call vertical. You always want to sell a call above the stock price. So right around 57. So I'm going to go up to 58, sell a vertical. I'm going to sell it $2 wide to make it 58.60. And if you remember, we're looking to collect, now that I can use my right arm again, we're looking to collect 33 to 40 cents per $1 in width. So if this is a $2 wide vertical, that means I'm going to multiply these numbers times 2, and I'm looking to collect 66 to 80 cents for this vertical. And am I doing that? Yes, right here you can see. Perfect. 75 cents is between 66 and 80. So that is a good trade. So tomorrow, assuming nothing changes in IBIT, we're going to go up to the 58 call, create a $2 wide vertical, as long as we're collecting 66 to 80 cents for this call vertical, on the assumption as a contrarian we think it's going to start to slow down and head downwards over the next 45, 50 days. This would be our play in IBIT, which is a Bitcoin ETF, for tomorrow.